hella trucking.
Please reduce speed.
I damn took
Please reduce speed.
a piss. I took a leak outside. As soon as I put my foot down on the steps leading up to the truck,
Please reduce speed.
my foot froze from the conductivity of the damn metal. I damn had frostbite on my feet.
Please reduce speed.
So when truckers talk about driving through misery,
Please reduce speed.
they ain't lying.
Please reduce speed.
You can't step out your truck and take a piss like you used to. Your feet will freeze.
Please reduce speed. Please reduce speed.
When you're driving down these roads at 70 miles an hour, as you can see my speedometer, you're gonna have to be very cautious of these winds. As your best friend Google might say,
Please reduce speed.
keep a firm grip on the steering wheel and
Please reduce speed.
turn into the winds. I would prefer sharply like this.
Please reduce speed.
The reason being is because,
Please reduce speed.
oh, look at that deer. You're gonna see a lot of crosswinds and you gotta react to them.
Please reduce
Oh, like that. You gotta react to them quickly, just as quickly as the wind comes.
Please reduce speed. Please reduce speed.
And that stabilizes the trailer. But the most important thing to do is not to panic. Just correct it, like sharp turn, and
Please
then
reduce speed.
go straight. You keep a firm grip on the steering wheel.
Please reduce speed.
Another driving tip, and I'm just talking about
Please reduce speed.
adverse conditions. You can drive fast in the wind as long as you keep a firm grip on the steering wheel. You relax and you kind of like give it like little turns to keep the trailer stabilized. See that trailer? You gotta keep it
Please reduce
stabilized.
speed.
And another adverse driving condition
Please reduce speed.
is snow and ice. See, it's 31 degrees, as you can see. If it were snowing or icy,
Please reduce speed.
and if it was precipitating in any form, I would recommend that you drop that speed down to 45 or 50 as you were in a work zone.
Please reduce speed.
Same thing going for residential driving. You just drop it to like 15, 20 as you were to go through a school zone. I'm just giving great analogies. The reason being,
Please reduce
this
speed.
black ice, it's not the snow, it's the frozen precipitation.
Please reduce
The
speed.
black ice, you're gonna have to drive like you're driving through a work zone. You're gonna have to drive real slow. There's no way around it.
Please reduce speed.
Yeah,
Please reduce speed.
that's why truckers don't like the winter time.
Please reduce speed.
You kind of gotta follow the tracks on the road of the other truck in front of you to avoid any like ice. You have to follow the tracks of the trucks in front of you. And another thing you do in snow driving is never drive fast. And if you're driving in snowy conditions up a mountain, you're gonna have to drive extra slow.
Please reduce speed.
Mountains are the same thing. Drive slow, don't get excited at the top, drive even slower. When you roll down, put your Jake brakes on. You see this brake here? It's called Jake brakes. It's short for engine brakes. This is how you use it. You press that thing down, you press this knob up, and it activates the Jake brakes.
Please reduce speed.
Yes. Now that's very important driving through conditions in any road. The next thing I want to speak about is different roads you'll be on during your on-road driving shift. First, you have interstates. Second, you have residential.
Please reduce speed.
You know, some interstates are freeways and highways, and you can just basically tell by the scenery. Instead of going 70, the speed limit might be 50.
Please reduce speed.
Just drop it down to 55, 60. Act like you're going through a work zone. That's the best analogy
Please
I can
reduce
give.
speed.
Residential driving, just drive real slow. Just drive 40.
Please reduce speed.
Because, you know, some areas of residential, they aren't 45 speed limit, it's 30. Just drop it down to 39, 40. You know, you should be good.
Please reduce speed.
And residential, you gotta keep in those mirrors more often. And you gotta be wary, be aware of turns and lights and intersections. You know, do your still green light preparation, cover the brake pedal, pass point and over turn. If the light's still green, you accelerate, you look both ways,
Please
before or
reduce
after, and then look one more time to make sure you left nothing behind.
speed. Please reduce speed.
And same thing goes for turn, just drop into low range. If you have an automatic,
Please reduce speed.
like me, no stick, you might be going fast on them turns. The residential, no, you drop it at low range, you go about 10 miles an hour, 5 miles an hour on the turns. You square off your turn, you go straight ahead towards that bush and you square it off, left or right.
Please reduce speed.
And always keep in those mirrors during the residential. Never go past 35 or 40. Because you're going to be doing most of this at 70 miles an hour. You're going to be cruising at 70 miles an hour. So once you get in the residential, keep in those mirrors. Don't hit anything. Oh God, don't hit any.
Please reduce speed.
Don't go over any curbs. Stay over the road. I've gone over a curb. I tell you this, stay on the road. Don't do any illegal U-turns. Because I've gone over a curb, like straight on like this. And it was a steep, like a high curve,
Please
like a
reduce
high
speed.
plateau. Once my first axle, my two front wheels crossed it, I hit an oil pan, like an oil gasket. I busted the oil gasket, and not only did I make leaks in the oil gasket, but I made leaks in some coolant pipes. So I had to struggle some nights because I was freezing, because you know I lost all my coolant and it wouldn't keep my tractor warm.
Please
Yeah,
reduce
so
speed.
don't hit anything. And always do your pre-trip in the yard after you do your vacuum maneuvers to get loaded. Inspect something like low coolant and get it fixed right away.
Please reduce
Where you get it
speed.
fixed is where you get fuel in your drive shift. Make sure you get everything fixed
Please reduce speed.
that you have to do with the truck, anything like that. So yeah, I gave you all some valuable
Please
information
reduce speed.
about the drive shift itself, and now I'm beginning to talk about like
Please reduce
how you
speed.
inspect the vehicle. You know, even if you don't hit anything on your drive shift,
Please reduce speed.
you have to inspect the vehicle and inspect what's
Please
damaged and
reduce speed.
get it fixed. You know, if you know your pre-trip inspection, that shouldn't be a problem. You should indicate what part is out of whack, it's not properly secured or properly,
Please reduce speed.
like the material. If you know your pre-trip,
Please reduce speed.
you can indicate what part needs what. That's why your pre-trip's so important,
Please reduce
because
speed.
you can go to the mechanic at a travel agency and tell them exactly what's wrong if you know your pre-trip well enough. Like rubber parts like bushings, abrasions, bubbles, cuts, metal parts, no broken, no illegal welds, not bends,
Please
not
reduce
cracked,
speed.
not leaking. Yeah,
Please reduce speed.
and
Please
that's
reduce
why
speed.
I say most of the work comes in the yard. Because backing maneuvers and pre-trip, that's basically 2 out of the 3 tests right there on your. When you go to CDL school, you're gonna have 3 tests: road test, backing maneuvers, and pre-trip inspection. I say the pre-trip inspection and the backing maneuvers are very important. Always get out and look when you're doing backing maneuvers. And if you think you're gonna hit something, get out and look, because you don't want to hit something when you're doing a back maneuver on your blind side. If you think you're gonna hit the trailer on your blind side and you didn't turn it to the right sharp enough, just get out and look and make sure Don't risk it, trust
Please
me.
reduce speed.
You're gonna blow a fucking headlight. Alright, well, for you truckers coming into this game, I gave you some valuable information along my
Please
journey.
reduce speed.
Check out my other videos, like and subscribe, please.